Mercier, current student at Gallup in the postgraduate program, making a advanced fingerstyle at the moment. I'm originally from Seattle, Washington, transplanted to Los Angeles once I got out of the Army in 2011. Started touring with a number of different bands at different tasks, such as being guitar tech or bass tech, drum tech, stage manager, stage performer, all depending on the band and what's needed of me. So one of the things that kind of goes along with being a touring professional is knowing setups, because you never know where you're going to be in the world and how the instruments are going to react. You could show up from Los Angeles and then you're in the Philippines and your guitars have gone all wonky. From most of the people I know that are in this industry, they don't want to touch the truss rod. They're scared of it. People have got this fear that if I turn it slightly one way that it's going to snap, when honestly it takes quite a bit of pressure to really mess up a truss rod. But having that ability to get the proper relief and make sure that the setup is exactly where the artist wants it, that's a big thing. I have a lot of friends that'll bring me instruments on the road when we're on tour from other bands going, can you help me out with this? This is all messed up. And that's just, it comes with knowing the science and really involving yourself in what you're doing and understanding it and knowing it, not just reading it and going, okay, I kind of get it, but really kind of knowing everything that's happening. So to me, coming here was really a step up, especially during pandemic, because it gave me the opportunity to not be on tour and kind of really go for making my career broader than I was already at. Hopefully touring will get back to what it was, and then I can charge people even more because now I have this under my belt as well. But for the meantime, and then in between runs, working on guitars, doing builds, doing repairs, assisting clients, showing the homies how to do it. It's all part of the game, and Gallup has really enhanced that for me and taken it to another level. There's still a lot of the game that I struggle with. For example, when I came here, I didn't have a lot of experience with finish work, and it was something that I really wanted to be good at, and I really tried to take the time to learn those things. And my first guitar here, it came out all right, but I wasn't totally stoked on it, and seemed to be just whatever finishing technique I was working on, and then I was watching one of the instructors kind of showing me how he does it, and then it was like a light bulb went off, a revelation of, oh, more soap, less water. And it could be something simple like that. And then once I applied that to my technique, it made all the difference. Now I'm really stoked with how my finish is turning out. Another thing that I've really, from my first guitar to this one now, and it sounds very simple and kind of, well, it's just glue, but, gluing techniques is the thing. But there is such a thing as too much. There is such a thing as too little. You have to consider squeeze out and clean up and how much time you want to invest in cleaning up by just smothering gluing on versus kind of taking the time and learning little tricks you can do to get a nice even coat of glue, but with minimal squeeze out. Personally, for my future, I can see myself kind of getting less of the tour industry and more into the build industry of being a luthier, because touring's amazing and it can be very financially rewarding, as well as traveling rewarding, because you're going to go to most places on the planet that a lot of people don't get to go to, and you're going to get paid to do it, but at the same time you're always gone. And it's a young man's game for the most part. So, I would like to see myself venturing more towards doing builds, acoustic builds, creating my own line and having a successful repair shop versus just being on the road nonstop. So, but in the end, that's where I'll probably end up being, is just having my shop and be gray and let me come work on your stuff or buy one of my own. As far as the future of the guitar world, the industry is only getting broader and bigger, and there's more boutique makers that are coming up with designs, and they're not really reinventing the wheel, but coming up with accents that make it more of their own, or people are venturing away from the traditional tone woods. So with the pandemic, the guitar industry has been more booming than ever, because more people are at home just like, well, I guess I'm gonna learn to play guitar now, and they're buying guitars. So it's only gonna get bigger, it's only gonna get better. As long as schools like this continue to be open, we're gonna get better builders faster. They're not going to have the years of the learning curve it takes to learn these things, where you can kind of skip that and come here and kind of get more of the useful information and less of the trials and errors that come with being a new builder or new at anything, really, because you're going to find that whether you're playing guitar or learning how to snowboard, you're going to eat it a couple times before you start to bomb that hill.